Hey y'all, welcome to my channel Being Louisa. I'm so excited to finally get this channel up and running and make a video. So let's get on. I'm so excited that you guys have clicked on this video and I hope it's really helpful and I hope you enjoy. So this is the first video in my back to education tips and tricks. I'm calling it back to education because this is for people who have had any time out of education, or even if you're just transitioning from college to uni. It's completely different. It's such a shocker to the system, and I kind of just wanted to make these tips and tricks just to help you guys out because I'm going through the exact same thing right now. I've had a year out, I've been working for the year, I completely changed the course of what I wanted to do, and now I'm going back into education. I'm going to do a year course in access to nursing, midwifery and healthcare, and then next year, September, hopefully I'll be entering uni to become a midwife. So I'm going along this journey with you guys. I thought, why not start a YouTube channel documenting how it is to go back into education after having a year out and what it is to be in that environment again, being in a learning environment. And so I hope you guys enjoy and I hope these are helpful. My first tip is make sure this is something you want to do. And I don't just mean maybe do an hour worth of research and be like, yeah, this is something I want to do. No, I mean full on investigate, because here in the UK nothing's free anymore, to be honest with you. If you've had a full level 3 qualification, so I mean if you've completed your A levels, or if you've completed a BTEC course, or if you or your English, I think it's International Baccalaureate, anything that's full level 3, if you've completed that and you want to do a year course in college, again because you've changed your mind on what you want to do, like me, you have to pay for that. Before it was about to be about £1,500, but since the whole government changing over and like budget cuts in the government, so they're cutting education funding and all that good stuff, since all of that happened, the prices have gone up. So instead of it being £1,500, which I could have saved and paid off, it's now almost £3,000. So I have to get out the 19+ learner loan for that, which is just another debt that you don't really want another debt. Plus, if you are if you're in uni, or if you're going into uni and you then decide that you don't want to do it, but it's too late to change courses, then you're going to be studying for 4 years instead of 3. So you study for 4 years, plus you're going to be an extra £9,000 in debt. So that's just not something you really want, because instead of you guys being 27,000 in debt, you'll be about 36,000 in debt, and that's just for your uni fees. That's not even living accommodation or anything. And if you're living in London, you're going to get like the full amount loans, because you don't get bursaries anymore, so it's just living loans. So you're going to get full amount loans because it's expensive to live in London. I live at home in London and it's still expensive. I pay my mum rent, like not as much as I know my friends pay for like their uni rent, but so I pay my mum rent, I pay my phone bill, and once all those things start adding up, you don't have money for like your leisures or anything like that. Like travel in London's expensive, like I'm telling you, it's super expensive. So make sure this is something you want to do, because getting into debt isn't fun and you're going to have to pay it off eventually, and people are like, it's just this amount from my paycheck, but it's still money that you could be using for other things. So make sure this is something you want to do and you're not just getting into debt for no reason. A good website, which I looked on, was, and it's called Job Profiles. I just go into Google and type job profiles, and I believe it'll be the national services that will come up. I don't know why I can't remember this. There's one more word that I'm missing from this, but I can't for the life of me remember what it is. But yeah, you can either search, if you know what you want, search out what you want, or you can do it by category or by alphabetically. So that's really helpful, and that just tells you, once you click on a profile, it will tell you a brief overview of what it is. Then it'll have, like here, it'll have like a picture, well here it'll have a picture, then it'll have average hours and average salary, and then once you go down and go more into depth of the skills you'll need personally, plus like what qualifications you'll need, any experience you'll need, day-to-day tasks, the average hours, like it'll tell you a bunch of different hours, or tell you average prices. It'll even tell you if say it is midwifery like me, or anything in the health sector, you'll tell you roughly the range of how much you get paid within the NHS, but then also the private sector. So it's really good. Or if you're independent, if you're like an independent midwife as well, it will tell you those average salaries, which is really cool, and also the average hours and what you'll be doing. So that's really helpful and insightful, especially if you don't quite know much about something. So that's a good way to first start out. Then I suggest you go onto university websites and go onto the university websites and go onto the entry requirements. So click on the entry requirements, and then so you can see if you have what you need to get in. So obviously you'll need about five GCSEs, A to C. You'll need to have either A levels, international baccalaureate, a BTEC, access to higher education, which is what I need to get into my course, because I didn't do the right A levels. Or I believe there's like the Scottish qualifications, and I think also they have the Irish qualification there as well, I believe. I'm not quite sure, but I believe they do. So just go there, see if you need anything. If you have all that, awesome, get ready to apply. If you don't, contact the university, or you can just see what ones are easy for you to access. So with me, I decided to look into all the ones. The one that most stood out to me was the access to higher education, and I want to become a midwife. I was looking for ones access to higher education in midwifery. In London, there's not actually a lot. There's a lot of nursing, access to nursing, but I wanted to have it so that I would learn a bit about midwifery as well, like before I actually go into uni. So make sure it's something you can do. Then when you're on the university websites, also just look at how they teach it and also what they teach, because every university teaches different things. It's just common knowledge. It's like every college teaches different courses. Even at my A levels, some of my friends were doing the exact same A levels at different sixth forms, but we were learning different things. So there's a different variety of things to learn within that one topic. So look at the different universities, see if they offer you what you like, or different colleges, see if they offer you what you like. Go to open days for both. Just go check it out, see if it's what you like, if that's the right college for you or the right university for you. Go check it out. And then also, once you've done that, you've seen on the university website or the college website that you like how they teach, then I would say go into Unistats, because that is a great university. That's a great website to help you really see how much they teach, and also it tells you how many surveys they had taken, so that you get the accurate statistics. There's no point of you seeing a statistic like 99% of students after 6 months have gotten a job or have gone on to further education if you don't know how many students have you actually surveyed within that university. Like, otherwise it's kind of silly. But with Unistats, it actually tells you how many surveys have been taken, and then it gives you a percentage out of that, which is really helpful so you know what to expect. And also it tells you like how much time you spend in the classroom or doing practical work. Like for my course to be a midwife, you do clinical work as well as work within the classroom. So it tells you how much of it is you spend in the clinical practice, so at the hospital doing a placement, or how much time you spend in the university, and how much study time you have. So that's really helpful when you're deciding what universities you want to go to. And also, deciding what university you want to go to and what you're looking for. It really helps you decide, like, what is it that I want to do, what is it that I mainly want to focus on, or stuff like that. So that's a good website to look at, Unistats. And then I feel like once you've kind of looked at all the basic websites, there's so much on the university website that is full on, completely and utterly truthful. The course description, that is the most honest thing. You get student cases, which is very obviously it's from the student's opinion, but because it's on the university website, it's obviously been proofed. Someone's gone through it to make sure nothing bad's been said about the university, nothing negative, everything's positive, and it's enticing for you to go to that university. So once I'd looked at all those things, I kind of was like, well, taking that into account, I also want to see what it's like to just be a midwife, to do this job on a daily basis. So I ended up looking up online for forums. So I think the main one is the studentmidwives.net forum. Have loads of questions, anything, go there. It will tell you, even talk about access to higher education courses, which was awesome. And that's when I learned about the other courses and how hard it is to get, how many distinctions or merits, or how easy it is. It really does just depend on the college you go to. And then I actually also went on to YouTube, like, to see if there's any YouTubers out there who made vlogs or did YouTube videos talking about being a student midwife. In the UK, there is not a lot. And I'm talking about someone who's actually going through it now, and not someone who's been through it and talking about it like this has already happened. Because there is someone called Ellie, and she does the student midwives diaries, which are really helpful. I'm not gonna lie, she is super helpful. It's awesome to watch her videos. But I want to kind of look at someone who's going through this situation now, so I can like go through that journey with them, and like whilst I'm going through this journey as well. And there wasn't really any. I think I found maybe 3, and one was after I decided to actually make this YouTube channel. I was like, this is why I've started the YouTube channel, because there's not a lot of YouTubers out there talking about midwifery, and that's something I really wanted. Like, I wanted to experience it, to see like what is it like what is it like going back into education. That's what I wanted. And what is it like to study midwifery? There's a lot of people who are in law, who do like law university vlogs, or history. That's a really popular one as well. But finding someone who's a midwife in the UK is so hard to find. So like who's a student midwife, who studies to be a midwife, it's so hard to find. So I was like, I want to do this channel for that reason, so that when people are researching if they want to become a student midwife, they have a point of reference of a YouTuber, and they can actually see, like, because I'll be doing vlogs when I go back into education. So when I go to college, I'll be doing vlogs in college. I can't vlog where I volunteer, because I volunteer in a hospital in the postnatal ward, so I can't vlog there. I've read the contract, and I can't vlog there, because obviously that's patient confidentiality and for the protection of the baby, because babies can't just like tell you, yes, I want to be filmed, or no, I don't. So it's one of those things that is really tricky to film, but I can always tell you about volunteering. And then also when I go to uni, obviously I can't film when I'm on my placement, but I can tell you, film before or after, and tell you about it, and film at the university itself in the classroom. So there's going to be certain things I can and can't show you, but I'm going to show you what it's like to go back into education and then go off to university. So make sure you can find as much as you can. If you're doing something like law, definitely go on YouTube. There's so many YouTubers that do law vlogs. They'll take you into their lectures. They'll show you how they study, even history. I'm telling you, like, YouTube a lot, because it really helps. But this is like my main tip, which is why it's been so long, this video. But make sure this is something you want to do. So to go over my tricks for this tip is, think upon it. Like, seriously, think upon it. Then go on to the job profiles. Then search in Google job profiles, and go to the National Services website and look at the overview and see if this is really something you want to do. Like, definitely do this. Then also go onto the university websites and go into entry requirements to make sure that you can even get into the course. And once you see that, if you don't have those entry requirements, then go and search to see if you can do that course, like do a course so you can get onto this course, go onto that course. Then look at the overview and the description of the university course itself, or the college course itself, to make sure this is something that you want to do, like this is something that interests you, and this will be the right place, or if somewhere else. And also go to open days if you can. I suggest always go to open days, so you know where it is, you know what it looks like, you know what to expect, you know if people are friendly or not. That's a really important thing. And then if you like reading blogs, Google some blogs, go onto Blogger, go onto wherever you can find a blog and read blogs about it. But if you're like me, like the visuals, go onto YouTube and search in whatever it is, and you'll find vlogs about it, or you'll find videos about it. You'll find a YouTuber out there who will help you, and who will tell you, who's going through it now, who has been through it and is going to talk about it in the past. You'll find some out there. But make sure you do all those 5 things, and you should be fine. And hopefully this was a helpful video, and I'll see you for the next one. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment down below if you have any questions or suggestions for videos or anything like that. And don't forget to subscribe to get weekly updates. Bye y'all.